money making moves. Machines with tools and drills making grooves. Missions impossible, that's lotsable. I'm upside down hanging like Tom Cruise.
All right, guys, here we go. Welcome in. Another edition of the Joe Raineri Show brought to you by uwager.eu. It is where America bets. It is where this show bets, and I hope it is at the very least where you guys have been doing a little line shopping over the weekend, especially as we head into a new week here. Monster week, double NBA playoff action tonight. Also, an abbreviated list of baseball games. All are moving as we speak. Lines have been moving all damn day long. Also in the NBA, All sorts of crazy-ass line movement happening right now. We'll get you caught up with all the latest as we bring you the Sharp Report. It's not that hard to figure out, guys. We just want to follow the money. But in order for any of this to work out, it makes the most sense that you guys have this thing called, options, like line shopping. Like, you got to be able to follow the money. You got to go out and get the best line because it's, after all, it's numbers you're betting, it's not teams, right? We tell you guys that all the time, which is why we tell you all the time about our good friends at UWager. And we love our guys at UWager. Why? Well, for a whole bunch of reasons. But it really all starts first and foremost with the opportunity for you guys to get that best number, and without having to jump through hoops and to have to give up firstborns in order to be able to open up an account or anything along those lines. That's not what you get at UWager, guys. It's very, very simple. Great customer service, some of the best pricing, prop bets, guys. By the way, if you haven't checked it out, go check out their pricing on the prop bets. Some of the best that I have found, and believe me, I belong to just about every goddamn sportsbook that there is. Big online shopping, if you guys haven't found that out, because I don't want to be that dude waking up and going like, damn, if I only would have had a half a point more, getting caught by the hook. You don't want to be that guy. Nobody wants to be that guy. But it starts with having an offshore book that you can rely upon, that you can count on, guys. And I'm telling you right now, that's UWager. Write the number down, 1-800-UWager, 1-800-UWager. The code is JRS50. They'll go ahead, set you up, guys. They'll get you all squared away, everything you need to know. They will have it all set up for you. They'll drop a 50% deposit bonus match right into the account for you. It's real simple, guys. Just call them up right now. You don't have to, you ain't got to put in $20,000 here to open the account. Put a few bucks in, get the 50% deposit match bonus, and start shopping. And make sure you check out the prop bets, guys. The pricing on the prop bets, some of the best. I'm talking great weekend of prop betting with the Kentucky Derby. And UWager had some of the, hands down, some of the best prop betting prices that I have seen. Cashed a lot this weekend because of it. And I'm telling you guys, it's so important to be able to get the number that you want. And you can only do that as if you have an account and you have more than one place to go. So give them a shot. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. 1-800-UWager, the code JRS50. They'll go ahead and drop that 50% deposit bonus match into your account. That's what we love. All right, look at this. We got all sorts of new graphics. We got all sorts of new things happening here today. Our new Sharp Report telling you guys where exactly you can find the money, follow the money, as we give you up-to-date odds because of all of these newfangled equipment and things that we've got here, access to just about a dozen or so of the best books offshore around the country, that we can tell you exactly where the money is going, exactly what the numbers are doing. And let's not complicate things here, guys. It's very simple. There are syndicates, there are groups out there who do a hell of a lot better job of handicapping than any of us do. So makes sense. Just follow the money, right? Follow the market, follow the numbers. Wherever the numbers tell us to go, that's where we're going. And we'll give you the latest numbers here, not only in the NBA, as I'm seeing right now, as the numbers continue to move on us in one of these NBA games here tonight. We'll give you that. I'll tell you exactly what's going on here, because a lot of sharp money coming in, affecting a whole bunch of baseball games here tonight. 3 of them, in fact. We'll tell you what those are coming up. But yes, definitely in the NBA tonight, we're seeing some big sharp movement dictating what's happening here with one of these basketball games. There's a clear-cut favorite, guys. I can tell you that right now. There's a clear-cut favorite in tonight's, for the Sharps anyway, in one of tonight's NBA games. We'll tell you that coming up. Also, want to thank our good friends at Miami Acura for hanging out with us, sponsoring us, and making this all a possibility here. Miami Acura, it's so simple. Go to MiamiAcura.com. We talk about getting the best number. Well, that's exactly what they do, all right? When you're shopping for a car, you don't want to get the worst number. You want to get the right number. You want to get the best number for the car that you want, and that's what they specialize in. MiamiAcura.com, the all-new 2019 RDX. Take it for a test drive, guys. I'm promising you, You are going to love what you see there. Go get the car you've always wanted. Only get it at a price you never thought possible. Right now, MiamiAccurate.com. Those of you in the 305 and the 954, you know exactly what's going on there. Stop by, see Deborah and company there, Palmetto Bay, South Dixie Highway, or simply, guys, just go to MiamiAccurate.com. Go shopping, go get your number, and then go get it beat at MiamiAccurate.com. New car, certified pre-owned car, used car. Doesn't have to be an Acura, guys. They have access to thousands of certified pre-owned vehicles that they can put you in the car that you want at the price that you want. That's the beauty of MiamiAccurate.com. All right, also our friends from TrendyBets.com. They got a little something brewing for you here tonight, too. They coming off of a 6-1 week last week here on the show, where they just dominated not only Major League Baseball, but also their NBA playoff push as they continue to just dazzle us all by giving us winners. And that's what they've done all season long. So they've got another MLB game and NBA game that we're going to get you hooked up with here. And that is, of course, our friends at TrendyBets.com. And in fact, let's start in Major League Baseball with Trendy Bets. Let's move there right now. Tonight, Twins are at the Blue Jays. Blue Jays finally going home here tonight. Minnesota laying 115. Total is 8.5. Trendy Bets, they love the over, 8.5 here tonight. The over is 13-3 in the Twins' last 16 road games versus a team with a losing home record. Also, the over, 4-1 in the Twins' last 5 overall. The over is 19-6-1 in the Twins' last 26 on AstroTurf. And don't forget, the over is 8-3 in the last 11 meetings between these two teams in Toronto. There's only one side to be on, according to Trendy Bets. That is the over tonight, 8.5. Twins, Blue Jays. Stroman taking the mound for the Blue Jays. Had a little bit of a rough outing there last time up, going up against, I do believe Perez is taking the mound here tonight for Minnesota. Had a pretty good outing, but, you know, all bets are off. They are a different team, the Blue Jays, hitting at home than they are on the road. They are coming back from a West Coast trip there, but actually, I'm sorry, down in Texas is where they were there battling, but now they are at the confines of the, I don't know, what the hell is it called there at the, what is it called in Toronto? That what is the Rogers Center? The Rogers Center there in Toronto here tonight. Vlad Jr., Stroman, total 8.5. Looking at the over right now, and that's from our friends at TrendyBets.com. Now, also in the NBA, let's give it to you here as long as we've got them up. Bucks Celtics here tonight, guys. Boston laying 1.5. Total is 219.5. This has popped around a little bit here this morning. I can tell you under 10-2 in the Bucks' last 12 Monday games. The under is also 8-3 in the Celtics' last 11 games versus a team with a winning percentage above 600. Also, the under 5-2 in the Celtics' last 7 Monday games. Trendy Bets, they love the under here tonight. 219.5. That is the Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, as Boston tries to do their best right now to extend this series. Nobody wants to go down 3-1. Boston is home. They can't get beat twice on their own home court in the Garden. That would be catastrophic, to say the least. And currently right now, this is one of the heavier bet games. I can tell you, as far as the spread goes, we've got about 62% of the spread dollars, 62% of the bets on the spread coming in on Boston right now. That represents just about 60% of the money, while 38% of the spread tickets coming in on Milwaukee getting the points there, representing about 40% of the money. Money line, it doesn't even look close right now. 66% of the money line tickets are coming in on Boston, representing about 83% of the money. So does look like we got a little bit of sharp money coming in. A lot of it there on the money line for Boston. The over-under, it's kind of split here as far as the numbers, but I can tell you, so far we've got a little bit of, we got a 52% ticket base on the over, representing 57% of the money right now on the total. So definitely the it looks like 52, 47, and then 48 and 43 on the under. So it is kind of split over under right now. With tonight's Boston versus Milwaukee Bucks game. A little bit of a different story in Golden State and Houston. We'll get to those numbers here in a minute, but I do want to remind you guys, if you haven't done so, make sure you're tailing our friends at Trendy Bets, all right? Make sure you check them out on Twitter also. Pretty simple stuff here, guys. at Trendy Bets. They're always posting free plays. They always have great information in there for you. Take advantage of their 5-system play that they've got going on, Major League Baseball. It is all it's doing is producing winners and profit for guys. Guys, well over, close to over $2,100 now in a few of these systems. If you've been following and riding along with Trendy Bets, these guys are grinders. These guys have been delivering. The proof is in the, let's face it, guys, the proof is in there. You can't fudge the numbers. Check them out, trendybets.com, at Trendy Bets. All right, you guys will love them. And don't forget here tonight, once again, they've got their eyes set. Bucks Celtics here tonight. They like the under in that game, expecting some defense. And don't forget, the over tonight is where they're leaning when it comes to the Minnesota Twins on the road at the Rogers Center. There it is, at the Rogers Center. Over 8.5 here tonight. Twins at the Blue Jays. And that is from our friends at trendybets.com. All right, let's take a look at the Sharp Report right now. What's going on Major League Baseball here tonight? Those of you following us, it's very simple. When you have access to a whole bunch of data, you can kind of tell where the sharp money's coming in on. You can tell by live movements, reading the markets, and that'll tell you everything you need to know. And right now, the game that is moved the most here all day tonight is the Nationals at the Brewers. And yes, Max Scherzer definitely on the mound going up against Chacin there for the Brewers. A lot of people see Max Scherzer getting all excited, even though he's been absolutely terrible so far this year. But they love Scherzer. They hear Scherzer. The public loves Scherzer. They figure, there's not going to be any runs scored. It's almost a guaranteed win for Washington. Well, if you haven't been paying attention, Washington, it sucks this year, and they especially suck when he's on the mound. But even worse than that is the fact that the story came out, I guess the Washington Nationals had a bit of a plane problem going on. They sat on the tarmac last night at the airport for over 8 hours. It wasn't a good situation. So that story kind of broke a little bit earlier today. The line opened up. I believe both sides were listed at about minus 105, 104, 105. But as we continue to move on through the day, I can tell you there's an awful lot of money that has come in here on Milwaukee as of late. And again, these lines have moved here. 47% of the wagers coming in on Milwaukee on the money line, representing about 54% of the dollars right now. So there is a little bit of discrepancy between the number of bets versus the money, and that's a good indicator to us as to where the dollars are coming in. And right now, it looks like the dollars are coming in on Milwaukee. Also, a lot of money coming in on the over here tonight, the under rather. 48% of the tickets being written to the under, which is about 7.5 right now. That represents about 88% of the money. So people taking a look at this game here tonight, and they're going, yep. We're going to go ahead and fade Scherzer here until he tells us otherwise. Milwaukee at home. A lot of people liking the under here tonight as well. So definitely something to keep in mind. But that is really where it's going. It looks like Milwaukee is getting a whole lot of and the numbers continue to change here. But they're not getting the bigger percentage of the bets, but they're getting the higher percentage of the dollars. So that tells us the sharps are definitely favoring the Milwaukee Brewers right now. Also, Miami Marlins, Chicago Cubs here tonight, guys. It's all about the under in this game. And we know how, the Joes love to bet overs, right? They think everyone's going to score. They see the Marlins. They think everyone's going to score 1 million runs. But the problem is the Marlins don't score any runs. They're like one of the worst teams on the road this year. They only average about 2 runs a game on the road. They are just absolutely pitiful. And also Wrigley Field here tonight. I mean, the total opened up low anyway, 7. And the public came in, just crushed it at 60%. I think they pushed it to about 7.5. But then a whole bunch of money started coming in, pushing it back down. The under receiving only 40% of the bets, but guys representing 75% of the dollars. That is heavy, sharp money coming in on the under here tonight. 40% of the bets, 75% of the dollars coming in on the under. Not to mention the wind, I believe, 10 miles per hour, 10 miles an hour. Is that what it is? Yeah, 10 miles per hour tonight. Wrigley Field is where it's going to be blowing dead in from center field. So Not great for hitters, even worse if you're the Miami Marlins because you don't hit worth a shit anyway. So adding the fact that you're getting a 10-mile-per-hour wind in your face, not good for scoring. And I do believe Cole Hamels, who just dominated them earlier, right, a couple of weeks ago here in Miami. Yeah, Cole Hamels just dominated them. They had no answer for him, and that was at home. It's going to be even harder to score runs here tonight. So the under is where is following the numbers, is telling us where the Sharps are going. And one final game, too, that looks to be getting a lot of love here tonight. That would be the Phillies taking on the Cardinals. Boy, the Cardinals just got their asses handed to them, didn't they? By the lowly, the surging. I shouldn't say lowly. I should say the surging, the brand new surging Chicago Cubs, who have seemed to have figured it out and put it together. And as well they should. I mean, it was only a matter of time before they did actually put it all together. But they are back home. And historically speaking, when we have looked at and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but every time the Cardinals have come off and played the Cubs, it has not been good. The following game after those series has not been good. The numbers are not in the favor of the St. Louis Cardinals here. There's something about taking on the Chicago Cubs that just takes a little something out of them. So their record, Miles Mikolas going for the Cardinals tonight, going against Velasquez, who hasn't pitched that bad. Mikolas is not what he was last year. So there seems to be an awful lot of love coming in on Philadelphia here tonight. We've seen a couple of steam moves coming. St. Louis was listed as a home favorite at minus $130, but they're getting 59% of the bets, but their numbers have fallen to about minus 115, 117 in a lot of books. So why are they getting worse of a favorite? Why are the numbers going if they're getting almost 60% of the bets? Well, that's because the line is moving in the opposite direction of what the big money is coming in, and that big money is coming in on the Phillies here. I have not seen any cards buyback as of yet, so it does look right now that the Phillies getting about, 41% of the bets and about 54% of the money right now as a road dog. And the total's a little high, too. 9, I think, is what it is in this game. But a lot of people are figuring the Cards, not so great here, on a downward spiral right now, have lost a whole bunch of games. And coming off a sweep by the Chicago Cubs, just got mauled last night in that Sunday night game. And it does look like the Sharps are backing the Philadelphia Phillies. So those are some of the games that we noticed right off the bat here, guys, as we are following the money. Nationals, Brewers, Sharps all over the Brewers. Sharps are all over the under tonight in the Marlins and Chicago game. And also they're back in the Philadelphia Phillies, it looks like, over on the road against the St. Louis Cardinals. And as far as the NBA goes, guys, I can tell you right now, an awful lot of money. And let me pull up this report one more time here. I can tell you there is a lot of steam coming in for the Boston Celtics here tonight. A lot of steam coming in on the Celtics, and there is also, let me just get a updated report here. Yeah, a lot of steam coming in on the Boston Celtics, laying 1.5, depending on the book. Also, a lot of love coming in for the over tonight in this game at 219, 220. We're starting to see a lot of dollars start to come in towards the over as well. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, there is the Houston Rockets taking on the Golden State Warriors. And there was a lot of Golden State money early on here today, but I can tell you that over the last last hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, we're starting to see a lot of steam come in here regarding the Houston Rockets. A lot of money line, Houston Rocket money line money coming in here at minus 115, 110, depending on the book. But starting to see an awful lot of big dollars from big bettors in a lot of these offshore books coming in right now, pushing the money line. Houston Rockets money line, not even laying the one. They're taking the money line minus 115. But there was some Golden State love here early on when the number originally came out. So keep that in mind. But I can tell you guys, they love the under The Sharps look like they love the under, and as of the last couple hours, they are loving the Houston Rockets on the money line, and that seems to be where the big dollars are coming in here tonight. So Boston in the over tonight, as well as the Houston Rockets and the under seem to be the favorites of the sharp money right now. But keep in mind, it's only 4:40. Plenty of time yet until these kick off. 7 o'clock for the Bucks here and the Celtics. 9:30 for the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets. Plenty of time yet for more money to come in, and you guys know as well as I do, you're going to see a lot of sharps wait till just before tip-off, 7 o'clock, and then depending on the outcome of that game will depend on how much more money comes in on the Golden State-Houston game, depending on what happens there. But I can tell you right now, a lot of love for the Boston Celtics, a lot of love for the Houston Rockets money line from the sharp bettors, and about a dozen or so of the offshore books that we are seeing. Plus, we gave you the latest sharp report there from the Phillies to the under in the Marlins Chicago to also the Washington Nationals. Max Scherzer getting faded here by a lot of the pros taking on the Milwaukee Brewers at home. Milwaukee seems to be the fun part here. It looks like more and more money coming in that way. Some of the biggest discrepancies from amount of bets versus amount of money here tonight. I can tell you one of our we're looking at Milwaukee. We're looking at Arizona getting a lot more money than bets right now. We're looking at the Yankees who are at home against Seattle. They opened up big favorites. They've been coming back down slowly but surely. A lot of money coming in on Seattle, but I can tell you the discrepancy right now between amount of tickets, the amount of bets versus the amount of money showing a slight favorite here to the New York Yankees right now. So Milwaukee, Arizona getting a lot of love against Snell there in Tampa Bay on the road. If it's one thing Arizona does, it's hit lefties really, really well. And let's face it, I think in the last two starts, Snell's lasted 6 total innings in the 2 games there. He's gotten lit up, giving the long ball away an awful lot. A lot of people leaning towards the over in that game, 7.5 as well. That's Arizona-Tampa tonight, seeing a lot of money come in on the over. Keep that in mind. I'm seeing Miami getting love, but I don't give a shit. Miami, you can, unless Caleb Smith is pitching, don't even look. Here's my advice. Don't ever bet Miami ever to do anything that requires you to win money. Like, avoid them unless Caleb Smith is actually pitching here. Is the only guy that can actually bring anything to the table, and hope that they score maybe a run or two. He's the only person I know that can actually keep the opposing hitters off the base and from scoring. Outside of that, yeah, good luck. Like, don't do it. But the Yankees, Milwaukee, Arizona, we gave you the under in that game. Chicago, Miami tonight, and also don't forget the Phillies are getting a little bit of love. Everyone is so enamored with the under tonight in DeGrom versus Paddock. Mets are in San Diego. Everybody's just hemming and hawing, Googling, oh my God, I think the first 5 line is 3, and people are like, how could it be? Well, our good friend Ralph Michaels from Wager Talk, which we want to tell you, he had a great stat, and let me see if I can pull it up here for you. He had some great information about the history of low totals like this. So let me see if I can get this up here. Yeah, let's see here. Low totals. Let me get the Ralph's page here for you guys. And by the way, Ralph was on the show last week, delivered 2 monster dogs for you guys, Cincinnati being one of them at plus 170 last week. Delivered a couple of winners for big money to you guys last week here on the show. He's got a 5% play tonight that he absolutely loves at Wager Talk for simply $9 right now, guys. If I was you, I would definitely head over to our friends at wagertalk.com and take advantage of it for $9. Ralph doesn't put out 5% plays. I can tell you right now. The only reason he would do it is if he absolutely loves it. And as you can see right there from the thing, there it is. Ralph, he's been 80% last 25 Major League Baseball plays, guys, fully documented. You know Ralph. 5% play, he would not put it out there if he wasn't 100% confident. And for $9, guys, it's worth heading over to wagertalk.com and giving it a whirl. See what Ralph's got to say. You got to love his breakdowns. Ralph has just been absolutely killing it. And those numbers, too, are just absolutely crazy. So far this year, it looks like there have been 10 games with at least a 6.5 or less for the total, the over-under. And, guys, they've gone under 70%. And that's even since last year. Since last year, you're looking at totals in games with pitchers, and let's face it, like DeGrom's going to be a part of a lot of those. Scherzer, like the number ones. They're, since last year, totals 6.5 on the board. The under is hit 70% of the time. So you've got the kid in San Diego that everyone seems to love here, Paddock tonight, who I think they are 5-1 in the kid's last 6 starts there. DeGrom seemed to put it together last time out last week, I believe against the Reds there. 6.5 is the over-under. 3 is the first 5 number there. And a lot of people... They say, that's 6.5, that's too low. Oh, is it really, though? 70% of the time here since a year ago, 6.5 or less, it's gone to the under. So that's the kind of information you guys can get to. By the way, tailing Ralph Michaels at wagertalk.com. Also at Cal Sports LV. Make sure that you follow Ralph there. He's always putting out just fantastic information consistently on his Twitter page, guys. It's one of those must-follows on Twitter. You know, don't be instead of following the Kardashian or any of the other jerk-offs that you got going on there. Make sure you pull Ralph's page up at Cal Sports LV and give yourself some useful information that you can actually make some money off of. And again, visit him, Wager Talk, guys. WagerTalk.com. He's got a 5% play tonight for just $9 in Major League Baseball. He's 80% last 25 Major League Baseball plays, including 2 he gave for free last week. 2 monster dogs here on the show last week. He delivered for you guys. Go get that 5% play. I know I am. I want to start the week off in the positive here, guys, and that's how you do it there. 5% play, wagertalk.com, just for $9. Go get it today. All right, don't forget, trendybets.com. Want to thank those guys very much. Visit them, trendybets.com. Free plays there tonight. They love the under in the Boston game, and they love the over in the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays game, 8.5. They like the over in that. A lot of runs to be scored there. Stroman versus Perez. But they do love the under, 219.5 in the Boston-Milwaukee game. So keep an eye on that. Visit them, trendybets.com. Make sure you guys come by. Visit us tomorrow on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network as we start your day off, right, at 6 a.m. We had a huge show here today. Todd Pletcher, Hall of Fame jockey, joined us earlier this morning on Make It Rain on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network about the whole Kentucky Derby debacle, and we talked to Jerry Bailey as well. He came on the show. We had Mike Smith on. We've talked to just about everybody and anybody who is in the racing industry, and I can tell you this, the consensus was it was the right call to do. There was a major catastrophe avoided in that, but if it had been a Tuesday at the Finger Lakes, okay, guys, in race number 3, it wouldn't have taken 22 minutes to pull that horse down. The right call was made, and that is across the industry, by the way. So if guys like Todd Pletcher and Jerry Bailey and Mike Smith are going, guys, it was the right call, then who the hell are we to argue? So let's not make something that is not there. It was the right call. It sucked, especially if you had maximum security. But unfortunately, you can't cross over 4 lanes in a highway without putting a directional on, and you can't do it on a racetrack either with a bunch of 4-legged animals going 36 miles per hour. You're going to kill everybody. So that's why the rules are in place. It was the correct call. Kudos to horse racing for having the nerve to actually pull it and go with the right call, and that was the right call. So join us. That's the kind of stuff you're going to get on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network each and every day. Begins at 6 a.m. as we make it rain, guys. That's what it starts with. Me and Dane Martinez from 6 to 9. We get your day going. Then it's me and Gabe Morency until noon on the morning after. And then it's just program after program after program, guys. Just content after content surrounding daily fantasy sports and how you guys can make some money there. And, of course, the sports betting world, along with some of the best and most famous guests that you guys will hear anywhere on any platform. So the Fantasy Sports Radio Network, download it, take us with you, and make sure that you join us beginning tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., we do it all over again, helping you make it rain. And we'll be back again tomorrow with a whole new set of numbers and data, helping you guys understand better where the numbers are going. What is the market saying? We'll have your sharp report again tomorrow. Want to wish you guys the very best here. Good luck tonight. Thank you guys for making us a part of your day. Make sure that you go ahead, like these videos, subscribe, tweet, give me the middle finger, whatever it is. We're good to go, man. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We thank you for stopping by. Come by again tomorrow. It is Monday. Don't forget, wagertalk.com, $9. Ralph has got that 5% play of the night in Major League Baseball waiting for you. So make it a profitable night, guys. Come back and see us tomorrow. Thanks again. It's the Joe Raineri Show. Good luck, guys.